Hey guys, welcome to a Lost Ark video. Now I know I usually make New World content, and although that happened completely by accident, my intention with this channel was always to be focused on gaming and not a particular game. I sort of organically just landed in a position where people tied me to New World. Now, that being said, this doesn't mean I won't be making New World content anymore. I certainly will, because I do still play New World, and I do still enjoy playing it. I am aware of the issues in the game, and my hope is that AGS pulls it out and fixes some of the stuff ASAP to bring people back. Now to this video. The reason I made this is because I have received many questions on Discord, in comments on my other videos, and even by email, and I thought I would make a video to try to answer the ones I receive the most often. So I guess we will call this video a Lost Ark Tips video, for lack of a better term. So let's just get into it. One main question I keep getting is, what class is best? Or what class should I be? This is an impossible question for anyone to answer for you. In Lost Ark right now, there are 15 different class types, and there are at least 7, I believe, more on the way. Each of these classes play completely different and feel completely different to play, each having their own independent strengths and weaknesses associated with them. The difference in Lost Ark, however, in terms of classes from other MMOs, is that no matter what class you choose, it will be viable at the endgame. So my recommendation to people who simply have no idea what to choose is to play all the classes that look interesting to you, and play them until around level 30 or even level 50. You may think to yourself that this is bad advice, because while you're testing different classes, you will be getting left behind by the people who are power leveling, and you will never catch up. This is not the case at all in Lost Ark. When you do finally find that class that clicks and you choose your main, unless you choose to spend a lot of real money in the cash shop, you're going to need these alts you have created. They will be used to do dailies and are important to feed your main resources for upgrading and progressing your main character. So your time leveling all of these characters as you look for your main is not at all a waste, but rather time invested to make your future main much more powerful more quickly. This brings us to our second thing people seem to have the most questions about, which is leveling. There is a trend lately in MMOs that I believe is very unhealthy, one that has everyone wanting to level up fast, get through content fast, and I am not sure where this started. Maybe with TikTok and other things like that, media and entertainment giving people this need for instant gratification and having everything happen at light speed. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. Back to the leveling. To answer these questions, I will explain a little as to how leveling works in Lost Ark. There are 2 main leveling systems in Lost Ark. There is your character level that affects your individual character, and your roster level, which is like your account level, which applies bonuses to your entire account. Almost everything you do in Lost Ark will offer experience for both your character level and to your roster level. You can see this by looking at the little diamonds with numbers in them in your quest reward list. As you progress in roster level, you will unlock very helpful bonuses for your account, which will help you a ton, but are game-changing when it comes to leveling new characters on that account. The difference with roster level than character level is, though, that these benefits will not automatically unlock. You have to come down here to click roster information, where you will see a list and what you can claim based on what perks for what levels you have currently unlocked. When you claim them, it is now active across your entire account. When it comes to leveling your character, there are 2 primary options available to you. You can collect every quest you see in every area while you play through the story. This is a much slower choice when it comes to purely leveling up. However, it will provide you with a lot of resources like silver, gear, materials, prominent stones, as well as go a long way towards completing your adventurer's tome requirements for those juicy rewards that offers. This is how I will be leveling, simply because I feel it puts your account in a much stronger place when you're first starting, and making things a lot easier later on. Now, on the other hand, you can also do just the story quest and nothing else. This will be focusing on the story, of course, and no other quests at all, ignoring all side quests and everything else along the way. Smilegate has set this up that if you level this way, you will still hit 50 upon completing the story, and you will be ready to go for the endgame. This is by far the superior way to level if speed is all you care about, as you will hit 50 within 8 to 10 hours depending on how focused you are. This method, though, will leave you at a strong disadvantage, however, in terms of resources and silver, and in terms of completing your adventurer's tome. So you will have a ton of backquesting to do, but if 50 is your focus, then this is how you will want to level. A very important tool while questing to save you time is your overlay map. You can bring this up by hitting the tab key. This will show you your location on the map, objectives for your quests, quests for you to accept, resource locations for you to harvest, and much more. Another reason that this feature is very important is because you can travel using your overlay map. There is no need to open your main map. When you have completed a quest objective, you can simply click on the teleport location you have unlocked, and your character will begin to play the song to travel to that location without you having to go into the map and choose various locations. Now, before you say it is awful to play with this gross overlay map open, you can move it around your screen simply by clicking it and holding it with your middle mouse button and sliding it to the location on your screen that works for you and does not obstruct your view of the game. While we are on the topic of field of view, you probably have noticed that the screen can get very cluttered in Lost Ark because it takes a lot of its inspiration from mobile-style UIs. So by simply clicking Alt+X, you can clear your UI. This feature has 3 settings, so you can adjust it to remove or add as much as you want while you play. Also, you will learn, during big group battles, it will become very difficult to see what's going on because of all the crazy battle effects. Well, if you go into the game options, you can filter the effects so that you can only see your own, and not your teammates, in the game options. This can be both good and bad. Good in terms of giving you a lot clearer of a view in terms of what's going on, but it may also be bad if you need to see where your teammates cast something so that you know when it is time for you to do the same or follow up with a different spell. So be aware of when you have it on and when you have it off as you play. Also, you can adjust the color of your cursor. This is a very small thing, but can be beneficial because often there is a lot of chaos on your screen. So having it stand out is a great option. This can be done by holding the left control and scrolling your mouse button until you find the color that stands out the most for you. I have also had a few questions about pets. People asking everything from, do I even need one, to what are they used for, just collecting loot? Well, your pets in Lost Ark are actually very important, and it is good to have a wide variety and a decent collection. At first, you will only need one, and yes, they do gather your loot for you, but they also provide you with another important set of buffs. Pets provide you with 1 active defense and 1 active offense or a buff, and no, choosing your pet for which aura is not important. If you go to your major city and find the pet trainer, you can talk to them and retrain your pet for free to change your pet's buff auras to suit your class and playstyle. This buff is not huge by any means, but it is a buff, and every little bit helps, especially while you are leveling. So be sure to visit your pet trainer when you obtain your pet to be sure you have the buffs you require. There are a few very important things I also wanted to share about inventory management. Now I know this stuff may be obvious to those of us who have played on the RU servers, but for new people, it may not be so obvious. First, if you're on a big farming run, you may find your inventory gets full. When this happens, your pet will pick things up, and it also has an inventory you can find the items it picks up in when you are full, sort of like an overflow bag. Now to prevent filling, you have a couple of options. 1, it is important to dismantle unwanted and useless gear. Early on, this will provide you with junk, dust, and parts which you can sell for a nice amount of silver, but later, this will be how you get the needed resources for upgrading your gear, items, and to progress. You can, if you wish, set your inventory to have a threshold for auto-dismantling gear below a certain level, and this can be a time saver. But use it with caution, because there is no undoing a dismantle that I'm aware of. Also remember to lock your gear you do not want to lose or accidentally dismantle. This is done by control right-clicking on an item that you want to keep and from the drop-down menu selecting lock. I have, because of the type of videos I usually make, had a lot of questions regarding life skills and how they work in Lost Ark. Life skills like mining, fishing, logging, and harvesting, etc., these all use a resource called life energy. You slowly regenerate life energy over time, 33 per 10 minutes. But you can of course also purchase potions with real money from the in-game shop to refill this quicker and gather more. These resources do not take up inventory space, they go into a separate inventory which you can access. You will need these resources for upgrading and crafting at your personal stronghold later on. Right after retaking Latura Castle, you will receive your stronghold. This is a very important feature, and you should do it as soon as you are able. Upon receiving your stronghold, you will receive a short quest chain that will teach you how to use it. There is a ton of information online and endless things to talk about in terms of your stronghold. I could make 3 videos just covering it and what you can do here. But I will say, this is where you will be doing all of your crafting, like making potions and sending out ships on missions to gain amazing rewards. Your stronghold is your home, your piece of Arcasia. Well guys, I hope this answers some of the questions you've asked. I have also linked in the description some of the links to some great resources that might help you if you are still stuck. If you are a seasoned Lost Ark player and feel like there is something I missed and you think people should know, please feel free to post it in the comments. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.